Ever found yourself in the ultimate mind game when he's playing hard to get? We've all been there, trying to decipher the mixed signals and wondering if it's all worth the chase. But what if I told you there's a spicy revenge plan that'll have him running back to you like a lost puppy? Dive into this must-watch video where we spill the tea on turning the tables. Picture this. You've been decoding his texts like a secret agent, analyzing every emoji, and dissecting each word. But what if I told you there's a way to flip the script and leave him questioning his own moves? So, are you ready? Let's begin. Let him see you having a blast with your friends. You've already shown him you're a bit interested, right? Now it's time to remind him you've got a whole world beyond him. Picture this. You're out with your friends, laughing, dancing, just living your best life, and he sees it. He sees you're not just waiting around for him. The point is, you're showing him loud and clear that your life is full of joy and excitement, with or without him. It's about showing him you're happy on your own. You've got amazing people around you, and you're not just sitting on the phone waiting for his call. You're out there, living and loving life, and that's something you shouldn't ignore. Okay, moving on to the next step. It's time for a little bit of flirting. By now, you've got him a little rattled, and you're wondering why you're not chasing after him. So, what do you do next? You have a quick, fun little chat with him. Let him do most of the work, let him be the one trying to impress you. But remember, keep it cool. Don't shower him with compliments. Just a hint of, yeah, I enjoy talking to you is enough. Keep the conversation light and make it fun. This is about showing him that, sure, you might be a bit interested, but you're not sold yet. And a little teasing goes a long way. Poke a bit of fun at him, in a good-natured way, and you don't want him to think that he's got you wrapped around his finger, so let him see that you can hold your own and that you're not afraid to challenge him a bit. Next up, we've got a crucial move. Be immune to his charms. It's like this. You've flirted a bit, right? But now you've got to show him that you're not just another notch on his belt. You're not going to melt just because he flashes a smile or drops a smooth line. When he tries his usual tricks, you can playfully tease him. This is going to get under his skin in a good way. He'll start thinking, hey, why isn't she falling for my charm like everyone else? The key here is to not let his flattery get to you. If he sees that his charm isn't working, he's going to try harder. And that's what you want. Now, let's talk about being mysterious. You've already shown you're not easily swayed by his charms, so the next step is to keep him guessing. It's time to crank up the mystery factor. Being a bit elusive can really make a guy who's playing hard to get start paying attention. Here's how you do it. Don't spill all the beans about your life. When he asks about your past, your dreams, or your fears, keep it vague. Drop hints, maybe a little innuendo, but don't lay it all out there. Let him wonder. Let him be curious about you. It's like leaving breadcrumbs for him to follow, making him more invested in the chase. And when he tries to figure out your personal details like your hobbies or family, don't make it easy for him. Let him do the digging. It adds to your allure. This way, you're not just another open book. You're a novel he can't put down. Next move is making him jealous. This is a bit of a tricky one, so you'll need to be careful with how you play it. You've been spending time with this guy, but you don't want him to think he's the only one in your life. Here's how you can stir up a little jealousy. When you bump into another guy you know, don't hold back on being friendly or even a little flirty. And if you've got a date or you're hanging out with another guy, mention it casually to Mr. Hard to Get. Act like it's no big deal. The idea here is to show him that he's not the only one vying for your attention. This creates a sense of competition, and often it makes a guy want you more because now he's not just trying to get you, he's trying to win you over from someone else. Next up is all about limiting your communication. See, players are often used to people always texting or calling them, basically making themselves super available. You, on the other hand, are going to switch it up. Here's how. Sure, you can text or call him occasionally, but let him be the one who does most of the reaching out. If he texts or calls you, don't jump to respond immediately. Show him you've got a life, that you're not just sitting around waiting for his message. This approach isn't about playing games, it's about setting boundaries and showing that you're not dependent on his attention. You have your own life, your own friends, and your own fun, and by doing this, you're sending a message that you're an independent person, and his attention, while nice, isn't the be-all and end-all for you. Alright, next thing is beating him at his own game. This one's a bit more intense, so it's important to act carefully. If you're set on playing a player, you've got to think like one. You can make him believe you're into him while also keeping your options open with a couple of other people. It's about balancing your attention, making him feel special, but at the same time, not giving away all your cards. Flatter him, sure, but remember in the back of your mind that this is all part of the game. It's about showing him you're desirable and sought after, not just by him, but by others too. But here's a word of caution. This is a strategy you should only consider if you really want to turn the tables on him or if you feel like you need to get back at him for some reason. Next thing you can do in revenge is to having him eating out of your hand. By now, you've all done it. You've been mysterious, fun, independent, and you've kept him guessing. If you've played your cards right, he should pretty much be captivated by you. He might even start to feel like he needs to win you over, that it's a challenge he can't back down from, especially if you've consistently been immune to his usual tactics. So, how do you know when you've got him right where you want him? It's pretty clear. He'll be reaching out to you a lot more, calling, texting, showering you with compliments, and he might even show signs of jealousy if another guy comes into the picture or if you mention other plans. And he'll probably want to spend a lot of his time with you. Alright, let's move on to the next one, which is maintaining your independence. This is a big one, especially in the context of dealing with a player. The key here is not to organize your life around his schedule. Instead, let him adjust his plans if he wants to see you. So if he cancels on you, instead of letting him reschedule for the next day, tell him you're already booked for the next few days. This shows him that you're not just sitting around waiting for him, and it makes him realize that flaking on you means he's actually missing out. This approach makes a clear statement. Your time is valuable. When you're with him, it's a good idea to talk about your other friends or the fun activities you do that don't involve him. Let him see that your world is full of interesting things and people outside of your interactions with him. Moving on to our final and most important thing you can do to revenge him is knowing when it's time to say goodbye. Ideally, you have to make your exit when his affection for you is at its peak. Why? Because if you leave too soon, he won't feel the impact as much. But if you wait too long, there's a risk he might lose interest, or conversely, you might start getting more attached than you intended. Here's the thing, if you feel even a hint that he's starting to get bored or the dynamic is shifting, that's your cue. Or if you find yourself getting tired of the whole game, remember, it can be exhausting, then it's perfectly okay to step back. And one really important point, if he starts showing deep attachment, like saying he loves you and genuinely means it, you should consider cutting ties immediately. This is especially true if you're not on the same page emotionally. That's all for today's video. We've just gone through 10 things you can do in revenge when he's playing hard to get. So, what do you think? Do you agree with these strategies, or do you have a different take on how to handle such situations? We're super curious to hear your thoughts, so please share your thoughts in the comment section below, and a huge thank you for watching this video. We can't wait to see you in the next video, and until then, take care and see you soon.